Hello and welcome to Maths with Seun, where you learn math in a simple and easy way. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about something very important: how to add and subtract decimal numbers. Now, make sure to get your book and Bible ready because you are going to be doing a lot of examples with me. Let's get right into it.
Maths made easy.
When adding decimals, there are a few things you need to take note of. The first thing is line up the values. The next thing is the place value orders. And the last thing is adding or subtracting the number that you have. Now, if you have not watched my video on place values or adding and subtracting of large numbers, you need to do so that you can be able to understand what we are about to do very well. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we are going to do is this. With this number here, and our first rule says line up the values. When you're lining up the values, you have 203.05 plus 12.6 plus your 3.054. If you notice, I didn't put my 3 here because 3 is 3 ones, right? So I have to put it in the unit place or the ones place. My 12, this one here is in the 10, is tens, 12. So 1 there is representing tens. So you put that in the tens place, and then 2 is 100, so you put it in the 100 place. So you do not misplace one for the other. 0 here is under the tens place. That's why I asked you to go and watch the place value video. 0 here is under the tens place, and this is under the 100. Then this is the thousands. That's the thousand place value. So 100, 100. Now, what does this place value order mean? You see, after your decimal, you can add as many zeros as you want, just to make sure that everything is aligning. So that's what we are going to do. Because this has a place value of thousands, we are just going to add more zeros to this one too. So you can see now everything is aligned. Then I'll add. Make sure your decimal point is also going to be here too. So you bring your decimal point down. Don't forget it. That's the most important. Now you add 4 plus 0 plus 0. That's still 4. 5 plus 0 plus 5. That's 10. 0, you carry 1 up. Don't forget. 6 plus 0 plus 0. That's 6. Plus 1, that's 7. Now for this one, you have 3 plus 2, that's 5. 5 plus 3, that's 8. And then 0 plus 1, that's 1. And 2. You can also add to this side. You can also add your 0. Doesn't matter. But most of the time for addition, you don't really add it. So that's 2. You have 2. So your final answer here is 218 and 704 thousandths. That's how you do it. All right. For the next question, we have this 23.7 plus 5.89. So again, the rule says line up the values first. So we line it up. We have 23.7, and this one, that's 5.89. So you can see my units, my ones, they are aligned, is in the unit place. Remember, there's a difference between these units and the tens after the decimal. So my place value, that I'll add 0 to this, right? So I'll add it. When you add 9 plus 0, that's 9. 7 plus 8 is what? 7 plus 8 is 15. So 5 here, you carry 1 over. But remember, your decimal point is still here, so you're going to add the decimal point like that. Don't forget the decimal point. And then 5 plus 3, that's 8, plus the one you carried over, that's 9. And then your tens, 2 plus 0, that's 2. There you have your final answer, 29.59. All right, let's move to subtraction. So for our first question, we have 15.82 minus 3.41. Now it's still the same thing. First thing is you line up your value. So make sure the unit is in the unit place, the tens is in the tenth place, the hundreds after the decimal is in the correct place. You can also add your place value. I will add my place value there. Now we subtract. So 2 minus 1, that's 1. 8 minus 4, that's 4. Then you bring down your decimal. So you have point there. And now 5 minus 3, that's 2. 1 minus 0 is still 1. So our final answer is 12.41. So for question 5, we have this. We have 20.5 minus 8.76. This is a question where you have to borrow. 20.5 minus 8.76. So I'll add my place. I've lined up my values. I'll add my place value order. So I'll add my 0 here, my 0 there. Now, look at this. 6 is greater than 0, and the bottom number should not be. So what are you going to do? You go to your neighbor, you borrow from your neighbor. So you borrow from your neighbor reduces 1, you have 10 here. 10 minus 6 is what? 4. So you have 4 over there. This one is also lower than the bottom number, so you have to borrow. So this one is a very low number, 0. You can't borrow from 0. You come over to 2. So 2 will borrow you, becomes 1. And this becomes 10. But since you are still borrowing this out to this, you borrow again. So this become 9. And then this will become 14. 14 minus 7, that's 7. And then you bring down your decimal. 9 minus 8 is what? 1. 1 minus 0, that is 1. So your final answer is 11.74. Now, this is the last question. The last question here is 32.18 minus 14.9. So try your, okay. So the best thing we are going to do is to line up our values. I've done so. Then you add your place value orders. This will be 0 over here. Now we subtract. So this is 8 minus 0. That's what? 8. And we have 1 minus 9. You have to borrow 2. So 2 will become 1 here. And this will be 11. 1 will be added. 11 minus 9 is what? 2. This is 1 here. 4 is greater than 1. It shouldn't be. So you come to your neighbor and you borrow. So neighbor borrows you 1. Neighbor becomes 2. And you become 11. 11 minus 4 is what? 7. Remember your decimal place. There. Let's not forget. We almost did. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. And your final answer will be 17.28. If this video helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Now remember, math is easy when you learn it step by step. Make sure to keep practicing and see you in the next video.